Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Heartslayers. You're here with Derrick Acosta and
Meg Turner.
the Heartslayers. Today, we're going to be taking calls, answering emails, solving all of your relationship problems. If you have a situation with a brother, sister, lover, girlfriend, boyfriend, father, mother, grandparent, friend, ex-friend, boss, underling, stranger, just a homeless person on the street, or a crazy neighbor, call us up, tell us what's going on, and we'll get to the bottom of what the problem is, and we'll solve it for you. Anything else to say?
I think you've covered it.
Then let's get it started. Okay, everybody, we're going to start with an email. The email is titled, How Do I Stop Being a Bitch?
I can't wait.
Well, let's see what this is about.
It's my specialty.
What, not being a bitch?
Being a bitch.
Oh, okay. So you'll just tell him to do the opposite of everything you do.
Exactly.
Well, all right, let's dive into this. Hey, Derrick and Meg. Lately, I've been attracting a lot more attention from guys than I'm used to. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. Two of my close guy friends have developed crushes on me. One of them confessed recently, and I rejected him as gently as I could. The other one keeps trying to plan dates that I'm avoiding because I don't want him to get the wrong idea. But I'm still nice to both of them because, well, they're my close friends. This has happened with a handful of other guys as well. I feel like a bitch. I feel like I'm accidentally leading these guys on, which is why they keep developing feelings. But I'm not trying to. I'm just being myself. I don't do anything flirty. I just make stupid jokes and talk about usual shit, mutual interests, how our lives are going, cool movies, etc. I do smile a lot. Classic mistake.
Oh, no.
But that's just because I'm happy, you know? How do I maintain friendships with men without them eventually forming a crush on me? What do I have to do that'll immediately signal that I'm not romantically interested? That isn't harsh or alienating. This is such a bummer. It's destroying good connections and making me feel like a bad person. Because it keeps happening, and I keep having to do the whole rejection speech. I just want friends! Thank you so much. Y'all are the best. Why?
Well, first of all, definitely not being a bitch.
Yeah, you, faithful emailer, are not being a bitch whatsoever.
No.
In fact, I would say that the fact that you care so much is the opposite of being a bitch.
Absolutely.
You're actually being compassionate.
Yeah, you already gently told them that you weren't interested, and a bitch would just be like, fuck no, I don't want to date you, whatever.
Yeah, just being yourself and having guys form crushes on you or fall in love with you, as they may have said, is not bitchy. And also rejecting somebody that you don't want to date is also not bitchy.
No, because you're already not leading them on.
Yeah.
So they're just getting the wrong idea for no reason.
Yeah, and I want everybody out there to really understand this point. It's not mean if somebody doesn't want to date you.
No, not at all.
That's not a mean thing to do. Nobody is obligated to date anybody.
No.
And making somebody feel obligated, that's the mean thing.
Absolutely.
Trying to force somebody to go on a date with you or be in a relationship with you, that's the mean thing.
Yeah.
But as far as her question of what can she do to not have guys have crushes on her?
Sometimes I think it's just kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, I think that you're just finally coming to understand what it's like to be friends with a guy.
Yeah.
I've heard many, many people say from all walks of life and from all ages that there's no such thing as a platonic relationship.
Yeah.
That you can't just be friends between a guy and a girl. Because you'll eventually one person will eventually develop feelings for the other person.
Right.
You ever seen the movie When Harry Met Sally?
Uh-huh.
That's what the whole movie's about.
Yeah.
These guys are just great friends, but then one likes one and then one likes the other.
Uh-huh.
And because, I feel like a relationship between a guy and a girl, at least, always starts with friendship.
Right.
And then it's like, I like this person. They're cool. We get along. We have a lot of fun together. And then it's like, I also find them attractive.
Yeah.
If one person finds the other one attractive, and it only takes one, it doesn't have to go both ways. If one person finds the other person attractive, that is in and of itself the entire recipe for developing a crush. I mean, what else is there? I like you. You're funny. You get me. We have great conversations.
Yeah.
And I think you're hot.
Yeah.
But I don't have a crush on you because you're left-handed. No, it's just gonna happen.
I feel like also it's a little more avoidable when two people are in relationships.
Or even one person's in a relationship.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, they're off limits. I better not develop anything here.
Yeah.
But it is a bummer. And especially, don't blame smiling for that, because
don't blame smiling.
Please continue being happy.
Yeah, be a happy person. Honestly, well, what I would suggest, see, I understand the male mind.
All right.
And what you just said is exactly right. If one person's in a relationship, it's like off limits.
Yeah.
But even if you just think the girl doesn't like you,
right,
you're probably not going to confess your feelings for her.
That's true.
So if emailer, if you start sharing with your friends like guys you do have crushes on and talk about that, they'll get the hint of like, oh, she likes that guy. She doesn't like me. But on the flip side, these guys, you know, they might start getting all mopey and like lame, just like, I can't believe she likes that asshole. What the fuck?
That's on them and not her.
Totally.
And if those are her friends, then like, what kind of friends are they? You know,
they're guys.
Yeah, but
and they're scummy, loserly, slimeball guys. And really, they say they want a friendship, but they're just hanging out for that moment when you decide.
Yeah, their time to strike.
Yeah, maybe there's a spark here. Hashtag not all men. Not all guys are like that, but a lot of them are. And I'm just telling you because I know guys.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. So, you know,
I wouldn't be shy about telling them like, hey, nothing's going to happen here.
Yeah, I would be honest with them, like your friend who keeps trying to talk you into going into date-like situations. When he invites you to do that, I would tell him like, hey, this is kind of sounding like a date and I am not interested. Like, I just want to do like friendly stuff.
Yeah.
This is a little bit too romantic for you and me. And hopefully he'll get the hint.
And if he doesn't, then he's a shitty friend and you can find better.
Yeah, but I think in this day and age, this is what a girl has to do. Just be upfront.
No, I know.
And just tell guys, like, not interested in effing, not interested in dating.
Yeah.
Just looking for somebody to hang out with.
Yep.
Just want to be friends. If you want to be my friend, cool. If not, not cool.
Yeah. But again, not being a bitch.
No, and you know what? I give you permission to be a bitch.
Yeah, maybe guys will stop doing that.
Yeah,
they
go
won't,
ahead.
They won't.
Be a bitch.
Some guys are into that.
Guys
trust me.
like bitchy girls. You could play it off like you're just joking, and then they're gonna be like, "Wow, you're really a big bitch," and you'd be like, "Well, you know what? You're the one who has a crush on me, so maybe knock that off, and I won't have to be so bitchy."
There you go. That's a really good strategy.
Yeah. See, make them earn your niceness.
Yeah.
Thanks for the email. Anything else to say? I
a
feel like
bitch.
we could do a whole episode on this topic.
Oh, God, we totally could.
Yeah.
But for now, I think try that out.
All right. Try that out. Good luck. All right, everybody. We are on the phone here with C. C, you are talking to Derrick and Meg, the Heartslayers. What's happening?
I'm kind of calling in because I have this sort of like weird relationship with this like girl I met about 9 months ago.
Okay.
First met her, she was in a relationship, and like I immediately knew I wanted to pursue this person. So I didn't pursue them because they were in a relationship. I was respectful of that. And eventually they broke up, and I started pursuing her. I feel like we had been flirting this whole time while she had been in this first relationship a little bit, but like I was definitely not trying to make any moves, until this thing was over. And then we kind of enter this phase where like, will we, won't we? And some strange things happened. She has this like penchant for hanging out with me, and at the very end of like the interaction, she'll say something like, weirdly intimate that we weren't totally talking about before, and then just like leave the scenario.
Can you give us an example?
One time we were hanging out at my house specifically. It was just us, and we were just kind of like talking, listening to some records, and she had brought some records, some other stuff there, and she was on her way out. Couldn't hold everything, had something like under her arm, and like she asked me to grab it. I grabbed it and touched her slightly, just like because I was grabbing the thing, and she like we're sarcastic with each other, and she goes, "Oh, see," I don't want to use my real name.
That's fine.
But in sort of a sarcastic, like jokey way, which is like normal, like and then she turned around as she's at the door and says, like, something like this is definitely inevitable. And she leaves immediately. Like, I do not have seconds to respond to this even. And that was just one example of like her sort of showing up in scenarios while we're in this like phase, kind of hinting that she wants something. But when I'm like actually asking her to go on a date, she's like, I'm not really trying to date anyone right now. And then I kind of noticed we have this like mutual friend. I started to notice that she had a bunch of stuff she was keeping at this friend's house. And like what she does with other people is like, certainly when we were dating, it's none of my business. But I basically, in retrospective, realized that like she was definitely like in some kind of informal relationship with this person, while she was sort of like telling me she wasn't interested in anyone, but also like flirting with me and saying these weird things when we hang out.
Okay.
And I just got very confused, so I distanced myself. And we basically didn't talk for like 2.5 months. And now she's messaging me again, talking about like she wants to catch up, like she misses me. And we didn't really have like an end. Like I didn't say anything about like not wanting to hang out with her. I was just sort of like stopped hitting her up to hang out. And when she would hit me up to hang out, I'd just kind of make an excuse or whatever. But now it's less like, hey, I'm going to go do this. Do you want to go out with me? And now it's more like, hey, I really miss you. I want to see you, like, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, I'm also seeing now Snapchats in this like 2.5 month period where we weren't really talking, of her doing relationship-y stuff with this person who's a mutual friend. So I'm just very confused about the situation once again. I kind of thought it was over, and now she's like, yeah, she's just hitting me up again, being flirty again, asking for some personal time.
Okay. So your question is, what do you do? How do you proceed?
Yeah, like what do you think is going on with her?
What's
like,
our
what
take
does
on
she
the
want?
situation? How do we read the situation?
And what should I be doing here? Because I did have feelings for this person, and I like them a lot, and we have a lot in common. But all this stuff surrounding our interactions has just been like not for me personally.
Okay.
Well, have you talked to the mutual friend about what's going on between them and her?
I haven't, no. Because
I
in
don't
my
think
head,
he needs to do that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's curious, so why not just ask?
I am curious, but I just felt like I want to be respectful. It's not my business. I feel like to pry into sort of his personal stuff. If they're not telling me about it,
Right.
then
You know what? This is why I say he doesn't need to do that, because F whatever's going on with those people. They're not married.
Well,
They could be dating. They could be hooking up. They could
Right.
be whatever, sleeping together. But that doesn't count out our caller here,
Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
I think that nowadays too many people want to go from single to in a relationship. And they totally like skip over the courting phase.
Well, I was also going to say, typically when you're in a relationship and you break up, in that in-between phase, people just kind of want to fuck around.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that too, which is she just got out of a relationship, so she might be in the relationships suck stage.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't want to have guys flirting with her.
No, totally.
Physical attention, affection,
Yeah.
like getting close to people. But at the same time, just wants to keep it casual, like not in a rush to get serious with somebody all over again.
Right.
But what I was originally going to say is think back to movies you've seen about like the 50s or 60s or 70s when some girl or guy so-and-so would be like, oh, Bobby asked me to go steady.
Yeah.
Going steady is basically like being in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Going steady means we're going to, on a regular basis, steadily spend time with each other, and we're going to be exclusive to other people.
Yeah.
But they never, in those movies, show you what it was like before they went steady.
Yeah.
And back in the day, you know, people would date this person and go on dates with this person and date that person and maybe be dating a couple of people before they went steady.
Right.
And you may have heard the term, may the best man win.
Oh.
And that's where I feel like our caller, C, that's the situation you're in now. You're one guy of possibly two or more potential guys that she could eventually go steady with.
Right.
And the best man is going to win.
Uh-huh.
The coolest guy, the guy who she has the most fun with, the person who makes her feel most at ease.
Yeah.
You know, she's in the choosy phase of who do I want to be with next?
Yeah, because she has options, apparently.
Yeah, she doesn't want to jump too much into this one
Right.
with this guy and potentially lose out on another guy.
And
so
she's obviously interested in C because she's now hitting him up.
yeah,
And so
she was interested in him the whole
Well,
time.
of course.
The whole time.
But she might have gotten swept up for a couple months.
Maybe this other guy is getting too serious now, and she's like,
Maybe.
well, I want to go back to just hanging out with people and being casual.
Yeah.
I think the best thing you can do is to keep it super casual, let her do her thing, and try not to get jealous and possessive. Ultimately, when I think they mean like let the best man win, it's the guy who is not jealous or possessive.
Right.
It's the guy who says, I'm going to let you be free to be you, but I'm still just going to, I like you for who you are. You can do whatever you want, but I'm down with you.
Yeah.
And eventually, if you guys start spending more and more time together, and I think it becomes pretty obvious when a girl like puts you above everybody else, all of her other suitors.
Yeah.
You know, you're like her first choice, her main choice. She may still go hang out with other guys, and maybe they're doing flirty stuff too, but this
Don't
is
get
her
too wrapped up in that.
this is her decision process, and eventually she'll keep going back to her favorite guy, and
Yeah.
then all the other ones kind of fade away.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
you were in the competition phase of love right now.
The Bachelor.
Okay, so I should be pursuing this, you think, but like in a non-possessive sort of way. Just like don't ever mention that like I'm aware of like this other stuff with other people. Just kind of be like fun and like
Yeah, just
Yeah.
take it as it is.
Totally. Keep it casual, be flirty, you know, show her like, you know, be cute with her and get her excited about the idea that maybe you like her, because I find that when people think you don't like them, and see, you just experienced this. You just thought yourself, well, maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she likes this other guy. You started distancing yourself from her.
Right.
But when people think that somebody likes them, it makes you like them back so
much more.
Yeah. And so if you don't let her think that you don't like her, that you're not interested, let her know that you like her and you're interested. But at the same time, you don't expect her to be obligated to be with you. You're not going to force her to be with you. Let her come to you. You know?
Yeah, and I would even say don't be afraid to pursue it if she knows that you're into her, basically. But if she's giving you any signals like, hey, I just wanted to be friends, that's when you know where it stands.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to stick to your guns when you say, I don't expect anything, and I'm not going to force you to be with me. You have to mean it.
Yeah.
Because inauthenticity, you know, girls can smell that a mile away.
God, yeah.
When a guy's like, I know, it's cool, we're just friends, and then they're like doing the candlelit dinner thing.
Like, you okay?
So
Sure.
obvious. But it, to me, in my opinion, sounds like she's into you.
Yeah.
But not ready for a relationship. So just, you know, do the
Fun,
casual thing.
flirty, casual.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Well, we really appreciate the call, and I hope it all works out for you.
Thanks. Yeah, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Good luck.
See ya. All right, everybody, we are back here on the line with Joaquin. Joaquin, you're talking to Derrick and Meg, the Heartslayers. What's up?
Okay, so about a year and a half ago, I was dating this girl for we dated for around 2 months, and it was pretty good. But it was pretty relaxed at first, and then things got more serious, and I freaked out a little bit, and I just stopped talking to her, which was a mistake. But recently we started talking again, and we've been hanging out together a lot. And the thing is that she has a boyfriend now, but she also told me that that was a massive mistake. So I don't know. It's very weird to me, like the whole situation, because like I know we have a lot of fun together, but I don't know. It's complicated.
So, what is your question for us?
Um, my question is, I mean, we're kind of flirting a little bit, but I don't know if it's a good idea to like move on. Like I haven't like made a proper move. So I don't know if I even should, because the whole boyfriend relationship seems like it's really weird. Like she cares about him, but she doesn't actually hang out with him anymore. And it's I don't know. That's why like I really like this girl, and I don't want to pressure her into anything.
Okay.
I don't want to be like, you should break up with your boyfriend or whatever, because I don't think that's fair.
Well, let me ask
Right.
you something. You guys dated for 2 months, and then you said things got too serious and you stopped talking to her. Did you just ghost her? Did you just out of nowhere stop returning her calls?
No, I mean we talk a little bit, and it was like, because at first had a conversation about like the nature of the relationship, and it was
Okay.
like, yeah, we're just gonna keep this casual, and that's the way it's gonna be. So around at the end of it, it was like, yeah, I think we should just like maybe hang out a little bit less, and that turned into not hanging out anymore.
And that was something you initiated?
Yeah, I was the one freaking out, because to me, like the next natural move was to actually, I don't know, like to ask her to have like a proper relationship,
Uh-huh.
and that freaked me out a little bit at the
Why did
moment.
that freak you out? Were you seeing other people? Did you want to stay single
Oh,
for any reason?
I was coming out of a very, I mean, of a relationship that ended very badly, so
Oh, okay.
I was still feeling like, yeah, I don't really want to be in a relationship yet.
You were still on the rebound.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
All right. And then so you guys went about a year without really talking or hanging out?
Yeah.
And in that time, did you see anybody else, or did you just worked on yourself, started feeling better about the idea of being with somebody again?
I dated like a couple of times, but nothing like too serious, nothing like that. So yeah, I guess the idea of being in a relationship grew on me, and I'm way more comfortable about it now. Yeah,
Okay. But then the girl you like
It's now
now has a
taken.
boyfriend.
yeah, it's
Oh.
complicated.
And she doesn't enjoy being with her boyfriend is what she tells you?
Yeah, to me, it's really weird, because we talked about it, and she said something to the extent of, I don't really care about it, about the relationship. And to me, that's a bit weird, right? Because like you either are all in a relationship or not at all, and like you're trying to get out of it. And
Well,
I don't know.
not necessarily.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
for a relationship that's kind of new, I feel it's easier to get out of than
Yeah.
something longer.
How long has she been dating this guy?
I think apparently it was like around 5 months or so, and then they broke up, and they got together again for the last, I don't know, like 3 months or something.
So around the beginning of the new year, they got back together.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's
that's
still pretty new.
still a pretty new relationship. Do you think that she really wants to be with you?
I think she really enjoys having, like, with spending time together. I do too. And I think, like, I can pick up on things. The way we look at each other, like holding hands, where it's like not really a thing we should be doing in a way, because, the whole relationship thing. Like, we're going to see a movie in like an hour.
Wow.
So, like, we've been hanging out lately. Like, today, we went to the movies to get the tickets. A thing that we could have done over the internet, we actually went together and did it. So, I don't know, we have a lot of fun, and I do think she at least enjoys spending time with me.
Sounds like she does.
You know, let me ask you, Joaquin, because sometimes there's girls out there that just like all the male attention they can get.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's this girl, but there are girls who would have a boyfriend, but also have like another guy who she clearly, maybe she has a history with. There's some romantic feelings there, and she just loves it. She loves that all the guys are into her. Like, the more guys that are into her, the better.
Oh, man.
Is that this type of girl, do you think?
No, I don't think so. She's very, I mean, I know. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't think she's like that. She's very chilled. She is very mindful of the way she makes people feel, and I think that's important. And that's something that I like. So I wouldn't think that she will do that on purpose.
Well, sounds like she likes you.
Yeah.
Sounds like she wants to be with you, but
Doesn't want to be with her boyfriend.
doesn't want to be with her boyfriend. But sometimes, these situations can drag on and on and on.
Yeah.
And you are in danger of being sucked into a love triangle.
Absolutely.
I know.
I'm warning you right now.
That's what I was thinking.
She could have all these romantic feelings with you. You guys could even progress, start holding hands, and then it turns into a little smooching. And next thing you know, she has this boyfriend that she feels guilty because she also has this thing going on with you. And she doesn't want to break up with her boyfriend, but she doesn't want to lose you. And it's going to get ugly.
It's so messy. It's just a situation that you kind of don't even want to back yourself into, even if there's a chance for it.
Totally. So I think you guys have this history. You were with this girl first.
Yeah.
Before this guy. So I think that gives you, what's the right word here? A little bit
Precedence.
Okay, we'll go with Meg's term, residence.
I said precedent.
Precedence, okay.
Residence sounded good.
Precedence.
Yeah,
it gives you at least a claim here.
Yeah.
A claim to the throne.
I think you should talk to her about why she doesn't want to be with her boyfriend, because then maybe she'll just be like, you know what, I'm going to break up with him.
I think you should definitely talk to her about why she doesn't want to be with her boyfriend, and also why it didn't work out with you guys before, and how you feel differently now than you did a year ago.
We did both of those things. I was the one that brought up the whole, we kind of broke up before.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about it because, I think that everything was really good, but I got scared. So I actually said, I'm sorry about what happened. And I told her, this, things got very serious all of a sudden. I kind of got afraid because, there's something about her that doesn't actually... I don't want to lie to her. I want to be honest with her. That was the one thing that I didn't, the one time that I wasn't when we broke up. And I said that I was sorry, and I said that all those types of things. And she said that she kind of expected the conversation, and she was glad that we had it, and etc. Then we talked about the boyfriend situation, and she was like, okay, so apparently there was like some serious mental issues with the boyfriend at some point when they broke up. Like some nasty things were happening, and I think she might have felt guilty about breaking up with him, and that's why she got together with him again.
Oh
Because
boy.
I think they don't actually spend any time together anymore. Like, it's very weird.
Okay, well, after your movie date tonight, go on a nice romantic walk
Yeah.
and tell her, I really want to be with you, but I can't if you have this boyfriend.
Right.
And then I would say, maybe distance yourself from her a little bit, but let her know, like, I think you should break up with your boyfriend and we should pursue something, but I don't want to be in like a love triangle. And then give her some space and some time to allow her to tie up all the loose ends with her current relationship.
Yeah, because I mean, mental problems or not, it's not her responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing. Like, she knows that she shouldn't be responsible for someone else in that way.
Yeah, she
So
has
she
to look out
knows
for
that.
herself.
Yeah. But also, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So if you have this wonderful experience with her tonight and then you don't see her for a while, she's just slowly going to want to get back together with you more and more. And you're going to look irresistible. But if you're constantly there and you're constantly available while she has this boyfriend, she's going to get comfortable seeing you and keeping the boyfriend. And you don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to give her some time and some space to end that previous relationship. Because if you guys move forward and let's say you start a relationship and it overlaps with the last relationship and that relationship turns really ugly, all of that bad emotional baggage from that last relationship is going to be passed on into your relationship.
Yeah.
You guys are going to start with all of this just heinous stuff. She's going to be upset. She's going to be crying. You're going to be talking about the other boyfriend all the time. And that's going to be the foundation for your new relationship. And that's just going to get it off to the wrong start.
Yeah, you need a clean slate here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So it has to be cut and dry. She has to end the last one before she could start something with you.
The thing that like worries me a little bit is that I don't know. I don't want to like pressure her into breaking up with the boyfriend.
No pressure. No pressure at all. It's desire, my friend. She wants to be with you, and you are not allowing her to be with you while she has a boyfriend.
Right.
Because that's ridiculous. That's not good.
No.
And you're not forcing her to be with you. You're just saying, if you're going to be with me, we're going to do it the right way, the sensible way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think she knows that it is more than friends. It's not like a purely I don't know, friendship thing here.
Yeah.
Because there's like things.
How often do you guys see each other?
We've been seeing each other since last week. We got together like a few times, and we've been, I don't know, it's been like 5 times since we actually started talking again.
How many times did you guys hang out in this past week?
I think 2, maybe.
2? Okay.
2, yeah. I think we hang out yesterday and today.
And now you're hanging out today. So it's about to bump up to 4 times in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to bump that back down to like once a week or once every 2 weeks until the boyfriend situation is resolved.
Yeah, because you're not pressuring her or like withholding anything from her. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah, you're not. What it is you don't want to enable a bad situation.
Yeah.
You don't want to enable a love triangle. And that there's a high probability that that's going to happen.
Yeah, because if she like really wants to be with you. If anything, you're motivating her to leave the situation she's currently in.
Yeah, and you don't want to make it easy for her to keep her boyfriend and develop something with you, because that's just the situation she's going to fall into, because people go the path of least resistance. If she can have a relationship with you, but also avoid the confrontation of breaking up with her boyfriend, that's what she's going to do.
Yeah.
And
I think maybe that's what she's doing right now.
Totally. But
Yeah.
if, it's not forcing her just to have enough pride and self-respect for yourself to say, I don't want to be in that situation. If she really cares about you, she's not going to want to force you to be in that situation either.
Right.
And you're basically giving her a chance to do the right thing and make it so that, there's no ugliness here.
Yeah.
It's actually the really nice, decent thing for a guy to do, is to say, I'm not going to start something with you while you have a boyfriend. If you want to date me, just go break up with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Totally. Well,
Yes.
we appreciate the call. We would love to get an update from you if any of new developments occur.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys informed of whatever
All right.
happens.
Okay, well, best of luck to you. We hope it all works out.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That was actually very helpful.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the call, Joaquin. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, we have another email here. This one comes from an anonymous viewer, and it reads, Dear Heartslayers, I am a 23-year-old male, and I think I have a crush on a guy I work with. I think he's 19. I'm not sure. I want to ask him out, but I found out he is dating a girl. A girl I am work friends with. When I found out, I was pretty bummed. I wish I had asked him out sooner. I want him to know I would date him. Every time I see him or talk to him, I get very nervous. He seems to be very nervous too. I don't really have a chance to talk to him at work. What should I do? How do I be less nervous around people? How do I not let this happen again? Thanks, Anonymous. So, 23-year-old guy has a crush on his male coworker who just recently started dating a girl.
Uh-huh.
Well, my first question would be, is this male coworker into guys?
That's
if he's
what I was
dating a girl?
wondering. Yeah.
I'm going to assume he is, just based on your email and how passionately you feel like there's something between the two of you.
I mean, I don't know though, because
But on the surface, I mean, just looking at the facts, it would lead to say different.
well, I mean, could be into both. That's not off the table. But
Yeah,
either
yeah,
way,
totally.
I mean, he's kind of off the table already because he's in a relationship.
Yeah. Well,
So-
you know what? It's a new relationship, and new relationships can go either way.
Yeah.
They could turn into long relationships, or they can end suddenly.
Yeah.
So I would just wait it out and see what happens.
Yeah, but I would definitely be careful because he might not be into guys.
He might not be into guys. He
So-
might just be trying to be friendly.
Yeah, don't get your hopes
Not
up
want to be
too
an
high.
asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the guy's like, get away from me. He's like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll flirt
and
back.
He might seem nervous because you seem nervous.
Yeah.
And he might just be like, why is this guy so nervous? Because I've been in situations like that where I could tell that somebody's nervous and it makes me super nervous.
Really?
Because, yeah, I just think that's because I have a really empathetic personality. But
I'm the opposite.
really?
Yeah, when
You
somebody
prey
gets,
on
yeah,
nervousness?
when somebody gets nervous around me, I get even less nervous.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh, you're nervous? I got nothing to worry about. You can be nervous for the both of us.
How do you stop being nervous around people?
Well, I'm assuming that this person's nervousness is coming from the fact that he has a crush on this guy.
Totally.
And what I would say is it's okay to enjoy having a crush on somebody and not expecting it to go anywhere.
Right.
Sometimes it's just fun to have a crush on somebody. Like,
Oh, God, yeah.
you just think they're attractive, you like being around them, and when you see them, you get these butterflies.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's okay to like that feeling. Like, you know, like, this person's dating somebody. Obviously, we're not going to start dating, but they're paying attention to me, and I think they're cool, and they make me feel good, and I just
Yeah.
like being around them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry so much about like, well, what do I do? How do I act?
Yeah.
Should I flirt back? Should I let them know?
Yeah.
Don't worry about any of that. It's almost like not worth thinking about because they're kind of off the table. So
Yeah.
just the fact that they continue to be around you and talk to you and maybe they are flirting with you is just kind of enjoyable. Just it is what it is.
Yeah, because if you go in with no expectations, you have nothing to lose. So
Exactly.
then if it turns out the way that you want it to, like, even better. Awesome.
And plus, like, getting all in your head about stuff can be really unattractive sometimes.
yeah.
So the person might feel like, every time I talk to this guy, it's kind of weird. Like, maybe I should talk to him less. As opposed to, like, I love talking to this person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to them. Oh, I got some free time. I'm going to go talk to this person who I think has a crush on me.
Exactly.
We said it earlier in this episode, but when you know somebody likes you or when you think somebody likes you, you like them more. So, just enjoy what you got.
Yeah.
Maybe this relationship won't work out, and then you'll be there to swoop in. He comes in sad one day, and you're like, what's wrong? He's like, me and my girlfriend broke up. And suddenly you're like, really?
My time to shine.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to get a beer, drinks after work, and talk about what went wrong?
Yeah.
You could be there to scoop up
plan.
the rebound.
Hell yeah.
So, just ride the wave, see what happens.
Yeah, just as we always say, keep it casual.
Yeah, and maybe you guys will become friends outside of work, and you know what? Maybe he will not break up with this girl, but then you meet his twin brother,
Oh, shit.
person you never knew
Oh
about.
my God, it's like a movie.
Yeah, or best friend, and you're like, meeting people through, expanding social circles is the best way to,
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know who you haven't met until you've met them. So. So just play it cool and stick with it.
Yeah,
don't
don't
get
be too
discouraged.
nervous.
Yeah, don't get bummed out. Don't get discouraged. No expectations. Just have fun with it. But sad to say, you were beaten to the punch.
Yeah, this one's gone.
Yeah. Thanks for the email. Okay, everybody, we're going to take one more email. This comes from a viewer who goes by the letter T, and it reads, Hey, Heartslayers. I have a desire to want to put myself out there and meet girls with whom I can pursue a relationship. But I feel like my situation prevents me from meeting them. Currently, I'm in my mid-20s, and I live with my parents while I'm in the middle of trying to apply for jobs. Along with that, the friends I used to hang out with are either away at school or don't live in the area anymore, so I don't have any immediate contact with people my age. Because of this, I don't have any kind of person out there who could be a wingman or someone who could help give me advice on pursuing women. I've considered dating sites, but I have trouble using dating sites because I'm not good at judging someone based on a profile description and a few pictures. It feels very superficial to me, and I don't like picking and choosing a girl based on a description and a few random photos that make the girl look worse or better than she actually does. I really need to be in the same room as someone, see them move, hear them talk, in order to get a better idea of what their personality is like and whether or not I genuinely find them to be physically and emotionally attractive. I'm not really sure what other options there are for actually meeting girls, let alone girls with similar interests and humor as me. With that being said, I've seen postings for meetups online, but ultimately that would end up resulting in me being in a group full of people who may or may not even be interested in dating. And the very nature of being in a group means you have less one-on-one time to interact with somebody. All things considered, do you have any advice for me considering everything I've brought up? Also, do you have any opinions on dating sites or meetups? And if you have experience with them, then how have you managed to navigate them in a way where you felt you could actually get to know someone properly? Thanks, T. So,
boy.
lives at home, doesn't have a job, doesn't have any friends, wants a girlfriend, doesn't want to go through dating sites or meetups.
Well,
What advice do we have?
well.
Well, I'll start by saying, T, you are putting the cart before the horse.
Thank you.
You were trying to go from
1 to 100.
not knowing somebody to we're dating now.
Yeah.
And
That was literally all that I could think about.
and as far as not having a wingman, you don't need a wingman.
Unnecessary.
Wingmen are bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a wing. I've never had a wingman.
No.
And everybody who tried to be a wingman ended up
Fucking sucking
bringing
at
the
it.
plane down.
Yeah.
They'd say stupid shit. They're like, oh, you like, so it's, this guy likes that. Oh, you guys be perfect together. Wow. Then he walks away. It's like fucking awkward. Like,
It's like, okay.
dude just shot me in the foot here.
Okay.
So you're better off not having a wingman.
Yeah.
But you need to be willing to put yourself out there a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to be willing to fail a few times, to have some bad dates. You need to roll the dice. Not everything's going to come up a 6.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to get a 1.
Yeah.
Most of the time you're going to get a 3 or 4.
Meeting up with somebody one time is not going to lead into a relationship.
Yeah, not at all. There are stages. First, you're going to make an acquaintance. Then you're going to make many acquaintances. Then you're going to see a person repeatedly and they're going to be a potential friend.
Yeah.
And then you're going to become a friend. And then if that works out, maybe it'll progress into a relationship.
Right. And I wouldn't rule out dating sites because
No, I wouldn't rule out dating sites.
honestly, I think that's probably your best bet.
Yeah. And you're worried about people who look better or worse in their photos. Well, let me tell you, nobody's ever going to look
Exactly
worse
how they look or worse.
or better in real life than they do in the dating photos. To be like, wow,
Oh,
I thought you were an ugly beast
Yeah.
based on your dating photo, but you're
Yeah.
actually quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody's always going to put their best photos up on the dating site.
Man. And you're not going to get a feel for somebody based on a description or their pictures. You're going to have to chat a little bit, meet up with them, and then take it from there.
Here's how the dating site works. You go through, first you're just looking at surface material,
Yeah.
photos. Not attracted to them, not attracted to them,
Yeah.
not attracted to them.
Oh, they're hot.
Oh, this person's hot.
Let's read their profile.
Let's read the profile. Pickle Rick. Okay.
Fuck it.
Not into that. Oh, Shrek memes.
Into it.
Perfect. You find somebody whose profile seems appealing to you, and then you message the person. They're not going to message you back. They're going to be like, they're going to do the same thing to you. This guy's not hot. Oh,
Yep.
stupid profile. You're going to get a lot of people who don't want to respond to you. So you go through that process over and over and over again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys do have a tougher time on dating sites.
Yeah, I'm giving you the guy's perspective.
Yeah.
Meg is like, a guy messaged me.
Like,
Oh, I messaged a guy. Wow, he responded in 30 seconds.
Oh,
Wow.
I would never message a guy first. Ever.
It never occurred to me that a girl doesn't even have to message a guy
No.
because her inbox is just flooded with
Yeah, it's like,
new
oh, I
messages for
have
the
like
day.
50 different options here. Who do I want to choose
Well,
from?
let me tell you what it's like for the guy. That's a cute girl. Wow, that's an awesome profile. I think we'd be a good match. Write something hilariously awesome. No response. You're going to go through that about 10, 15, maybe 20 times
Yep.
before one girl responds to you.
50-50 chance it's a bot.
50-50 chance it's a bot. So then you'll exchange messages and maybe you'll put your foot in your mouth and she'll ghost you. Be like, nah, not interested.
Yeah.
You're going to go through that like 5 or 10 times.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. You got to put yourself out there because there's a lot of hurdles in climbing up Love Mountain.
Yeah, you've got maybe a 30% chance that somebody's actually going to meet up with you.
Yeah. Well, we're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. So you message
That you get a
somebody
number, sorry.
and you talk online a little bit and then it's like, I really think you're funny. You want to talk on the phone? And then you get a phone number and then you talk on the phone and then you have either a shitty conversation or a good conversation. But what you said in your email is you want to get to know somebody's personality. You want to know if you like them, see what they're like. This is the whole getting to know somebody process. Messaging them, talking on the phone,
Texting.
and then after I'd say maybe a week of that, it's like, hey, I feel comfortable talking to you. I talk to you on a semi-regular basis now.
Yeah, because like, to be honest, if you're just jumping in with, hey, let's meet up, it's like, oh my God, no, this person's going to murder
Yeah,
me.
serial killer.
Yeah, and it's scary because they want to get to know you to know that you're not going to kill them.
Yeah, and a girl I find needs to talk to you on the phone and like make sure you're not weird. Not
Yeah.
like,
Oh God.
So you wrote Pickle Rick.
Hey, you ever heard of Pickle Rick?
How much do you really know about Pickle Rick? No, they want to know that you're like conversational and cool and that they get along with you. And basically, in having conversations over the phone, they're going to say stuff like, "Man, I feel like I know you so well.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen you, but I feel like I've known you for such a long time."
Right, because that's also the beauty of talking for at least a week, because then when they do meet up with you, they feel like they already kind of are meeting up with a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And comfortability is so important here, because if they're uncomfortable, it's not going to fucking turn into anything.
Yeah, but I'll give you the bright side. Once you've come to the meetup phase, things start to snowball very quickly because you both met on a dating site.
Right.
So you're both clearly looking for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone through the messaging and conversation, so you guys know you click and you get along. So the actual meeting up is like the last thing on the checklist.
Yeah.
Is this person who they say they actually are?
Mm-hmm.
If they are, we're in.
Don't expect people to look exactly like their photos.
No. And you probably don't look exactly like
Yeah.
your photo either.
Exactly.
And then you pretty much go straight into actually dating at that point.
Right.
Because you've been talking and now
Well,
you're
as long
meeting
as
up.
you have a good date.
Well, yeah, you go on this first date, and if everything goes well, you're going to meet up again.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? Now you're dating somebody.
Yeah.
And now you got to figure out, do I even want to be dating somebody?
Right.
Maybe I could repeat this process with somebody else on the dating site.
Yeah.
Do I want to stick with this one person, or do I want to try to level up and get a better person?
Yeah, and they brought up meetups, and that kind of takes away some of the hassle of online dating, obviously, because you're in a big group, but you'll meet somebody one-on-one and chat with them, and then
Yeah.
if you're lucky, you'll get their number.
Meetups are good for like meeting friends.
Yeah.
More than like dating somebody.
Because you don't know if they're looking for anything, at least on a dating site, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
You know what they're looking for.
But meetups are good for you can just go by yourself and kind of float around. And the thing about meetups is you have to go to a couple meetups before you start actually connecting with people.
Right.
So again, if you're just trying to instantly like go to a meetup and find a girl to date, it's not going to happen like that.
No.
You're going to go to a meetup, you're going to have to meet everybody, or you're going to have to meet at least one person, and they introduce you like, "Oh, you're new? Well, I've been coming here for a while. Let me introduce you to some people."
Yeah.
And then they judge whether you're cool, whether you're going to fit into the group or not. And if you do fit into the group, cool. You come back 2 or 3 times, and then they start to really like you. They start to look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Then they invite you to things outside of the meetup, and then you either form a connection with somebody you met through the meetup, or you meet somebody through this extended social network that you can start to date.
Yeah,
So,
just keep low expectations no matter what you're doing.
yeah.
And
But
don't give up.
yeah, but at the same time, like going to the meetup, you might not like anybody you meet there.
Yeah.
Or you might like them, but they don't like you. And that's okay. Again, the key to all of this is a willingness to put yourself out there.
Exactly. That's step number 1 for all of this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's really the only thing you're missing is you got to be a little resilient. You got to toughen up a little bit, put your armor on, and realize it's okay to fail and to be rejected. That's just what everybody has to go through until they become successful.
Yeah, and
This
just
dating game.
recognize that it's a process because you are absolutely jumping the gun here.
Yeah. So appreciate your email. I hope we set you straight. And I think this advice can help out a lot of people out there.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a great email. We really appreciate it. Thank you and good luck. All right, everybody, that ends our episode for today. We want to thank everybody who called in or emailed us with their situations. Hey, if you have a situation and you want to talk to the Heartslayers, you can call us on Discord at bit.ly/Heartslayers. We're taking calls every single Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and we would love to talk to you. You can also email us at heartslayers@mega64.com. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just look up Heartslayers. You can also follow our personal accounts. I'm on Twitter at Gustavo. I'm on Instagram at Derrick Acosta only.
And I'm at Furnace Woods on both.
That's right. Big shout out to everybody who supports us on Patreon. For just $1, you get 2 Heartslayers episodes early before they go on YouTube for the public to consume, which gives you the competitive edge on all of your relationship drama. And finally, I always want to give a shout out to our commenters and viewers on YouTube. If you have your own take on any of the issues that we covered today, go ahead and leave a comment. Everybody who called in or wrote an email is going to check in on this episode. They're going to see what we said, and then they're going to scroll down and they're going to see what you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to read what you have to say as well.
Me too.
So that about wraps everything up. Until next time, stay cool. We're going to be slaying the hearts for you. You don't have to worry about it. We'll be back in just 1 week to take more calls and answer more emails. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.